Have you ever wondered why many men add weight in the year that they got married? Actually, in the year that they had their first child. So most men are slim, they're physically fit, but then when they marry and then their wife is pregnant or just give birth to their first child, the man balloons. All of a sudden, he has puffy cheeks, he's big like this, he's struggling to walk, he has big stomach, he has a lot of fat deposits everywhere. Why? It's because when a woman is pregnant, all right, her body releases pheromones. Okay, these pheromones communicate to the body of her man to decrease the testosterone levels. Testosterone is the male sex hormone produced in the balls of the man primarily. Okay, the two balls of the man is where it's produced. And this is what makes him manly. So when they say, do you have the balls to do it? It's actually rooted in biology. So now, as a man, you're supposed to have your testosterone is supposed to fall within a good range. I think it's 400 to 800. I can't remember the numbers. But then when you marry, okay, when your wife is pregnant, her breath starts communicating to your body to drop it, to drop it. And once your testosterone drops, you lose the ability to gain muscle mass. You will no longer look like physically fit. So your body either develop fats or you go lean. Okay, but you will not be able to gain muscle easily because your T levels are down. Okay, now why is your T levels dropping? It's because the body of the woman is trying to prepare you for fatherhood. Okay, because when your T levels are high, your sexual appetite will be high too. So you will be all over with different women. Any big nyash that pass, you want to follow it. Anything on that skirt, you want to go after it. But once it drops, your appetite for such things will drop too. So now you can focus on your wife and children and bond properly and raise them. This is nature's tricks. We've just found it out through science. Now also they did a test and they found out that the body of the newborn babies also do this to the body of their father. Do you understand? So they found out that men that sleep in the same room with their wife and children, newborn babies, they have lower testosterone than men that sleep on a separate room. So if you're a man and you're experiencing weak pre-crescent erectile dysfunction, all right, one of the solutions you can try is to sleep on a separate room. Okay, you can play with your children, do everything with your kids and your wife and everything, but once it's time to sleep, move to the parlor, move to the other room, put a mat on the ground and sleep in your separate room. Okay, if you're a man that you're too big and you're trying to do exercise is not working, try this method. This is why our forefathers, I'm a native doctor, can you see this? Our forefathers, especially where I'm from, they don't sleep in the same house with their wives. Why? Because of this. They kind of found it out mentally. And they will communicate it as if it's energy. Like when you sleep in a house with a woman, you kind of get feminine energy. But actually now we found out it's called pheromones. Pheromones. Mones. Pheromones. So go and read about it. Okay, so they will build their own house. Then they will build a separate hut for their wife and kids. Now the ones that have multiple wives and kids, they will build building for each of them. They're avoiding that situation. In fact, these days you can tell when a man has given birth by looking at him. If you saw somebody last year, he's slim, this year he's all of a sudden added fat everywhere. Ask him, has your wife given birth? So you can try and avoid that feminine energy if you're having weak erection. Now, when your T levels are falling, your erection will be weak too. That is how it is. So how do you know that you're one of the ways as a man that you need to know that you're in your peak physical state is every morning. The sun is not the only thing that rises that morning. Soon as the rays of the sun come through the window, your prick rises with it to give glory to the Almighty and absorb the sun rays, vitamin D from the. If that is happening to you, you are normal. You are physically fit. Anybody you touch will become pregnant. Do you understand? Some people, their prick will go to heaven on the last day. Why they go to hell? Because the prick has been giving praise every morning, while the man has been sexually illicit in behavior. So if you're in the journey of healing your dysfunction, and you get to that point where you wake up in the morning with a strong hard-on, you know that you have solved the problem. I'm telling you, just go home. Stop all procedure. Do you understand? So now I've given you one solution. Avoid sleeping in the same room as much as possible. I know for some people this is not possible, right? Because of the situation. But if it's possible for you, as much as possible, sleep in the corridor, sleep in a separate room, depending on how the house is designed. Basically, I call it monk mode. You go on monk mode. You know, monks, they will go into the forest, they will sleep on the most uncomfortable place, and then they will gain inspiration after some time. So monk mode, get yourself a bed you can put in the parlor or a mat. There's this mat that has soft foam in it. You can easily fold it. So in the night when you want to sleep, you go to the parlor, spread it, and you can sleep with your pillow and everything. Just separate for yourself for like 6 months. You'll see big difference. Big difference. So what I'm saying has to come in context, right? Remember that the reason nature is trying to reduce your testosterone is so that you can be able to look after your family well. You can be cool-headed to look after your family. So in as much as possible, in as much as you're trying to avoid your testosterone dropping so low, you should also know that you have to look after your family too. You have not, once you're married, you shouldn't be sexually illicit. You get what I'm saying? To avoid a lot of things, having a broken home and maybe contracting disease. But then there are other things people don't know that drops T levels, all right? And one of them is seed oils. Okay, when you go to your kitchen and they say whatever seed oil, the ones that they used to cook, your wife is using to cook in the kitchen. If it has seed oil, or more accurately, vegetable oils. If it has, vegetable oils have polyunsaturated fatty acids. These things can be associated with low testosterone. So check your kitchen whether there is vegetable oil used to cook for you. Change it. If you can't get coconut oil or olive oil, don't cook that day. So go and get coconut oil. That's what you should use for cooking. All right. Don't use seed oils or vegetable oils, according to me and some research you're gonna do. So this is not an advice. It's for informational purpose and educational purpose only. May they not come kidnap me one day. But you get what I'm saying, right? Vegetable oils, some studies have associated it with lower T levels. Okay, so if you take it out of your kitchen, your body will start changing gradually and you become physically fit again like a teenager. Over time, 6 months, 1 year, your body will transform. Another thing is mint. You know, peppermint, whatever contains mint, avoid it as a man. You understand? Some people drink mint tea, avoid it. It's good for women, but not for men because it drops your T levels. It helps women regulate their testosterone, their hormonal levels. Anything that contains sugar, and some things that are processed foods like bread, what do you call it, pastas, all these pizzas, cut it all out. All of them are associated with lower T levels. I don't know why. Now, soy products, anything that contains soya beans, soya milk, cut it out. They are associated. In fact, don't even give to your kids. Imagine that what you are facing now, that your kids start facing it as a little toddler because you are feeding it to him every day. So anything that contains soy, avoid it. Taking it once in a while is not bad. Most of these things, they're not really bad once in a while. You know, there's an occasion and they cooked with a vegetable oil. It's not bad. But the fact that you're eating it every day is where the bad, evil part of it comes from. Cut it out. Donuts, French fries, cut them out. Okay. Once you're eating well, give your body 3 months. It will correct that erectile dysfunction. Okay. One morning you just wake up and something has woken up before you. Your prick is rising, standing strong. Now there are herbs you can take. Now here's the thing, right? The pheromones I talked about, it can also make you not to be attracted to your wife. Some men, when they're with their wife, nothing will happen. Why? Because the woman's body has communicated to you to calm down so that it can nurse a baby instead of you disturbing it with sex all the time. Okay, usually when she's pregnant or after she just gave birth, that first 1 year after birth, very difficult. That's when most marriages break. The woman will be complaining, he's not touching me, not knowing that there's a chemical communication already. So as a man, you should watch out for that. If you're struggling with that in your marriage, you should just know that it's biological. After the first 1 or 2 years, everything will reset. Okay, it's just biology that is worrying you. Now, as this video is ending, make sure you follow, like, and share. And there are herbs and normal drinks you can take to improve your chances of having that strong morning